channel. Now this is a very quick impromptu video. I saw this story turn up in my news feed and honestly I just cannot believe what I'm seeing here. Is it the BBC's fault, or is it just an example of how people are I don't know, maybe there's some substance to this story, but the way it's presented is absolutely anti-drone, anti-hobby. The headline reads, "Drone could have been used to launch terror attack." Yes, and so could a child's fluffy bunny or a knife or a plastic spoon. Lots of things could be used to launch a terror attack. So yeah, okay. But drone, notice the heavy use of the word drone, and then it goes on. This guy here, what's his name? Hisham Mohammed. Allegedly hoarded an arsenal of weapons. Well, I know a lot of people that actually do hoard an arsenal of weapons, but and often it's legal to do so. There's, unless the weapon is illegal, it's not illegal to hoard them. And if we look down, here's a picture. Here's some knives. Now, I think most people would have knives like this in their kitchens. Now, knife crime is probably not this one. It's a bit of a hooked looking thing, but these two look like kitchen knives to me. But in the UK. Knife crime is a big issue. It's a huge issue. So, okay, fair enough. But I mean, he wasn't out in the streets with these. This was just discovered in his home. So, tenuous link. I'm not going to try and judge whether the guy's right or wrong. But let's look at the way the media's portrayed this, and also, I guess, the way that this has been portrayed to a court, which is even more worrying. But a modified drone seized from an Islamic State supporter's home could have been used to launch a terrorist attack. An aerospace expert has told the jury. When I see the word expert, I always cringe, because X being the unknown and the spirit being a drip under pressure. And when it comes to drone stories, they seem to pluck experts out of their arse based on whether they're prepared to say exactly what they want, whether the media can get them to give a good quote that they can use. Now, apparently this guy was giving expert evidence to a jury, so one would assume that maybe he was an expert, but even so, I think he draws some long bows in this thing. Now, it says here, he had hoarded an arsenal of weapons and the drone for a lone wolf attack. Yeah, okay. And Trevor Birch, he's the expert. He said he was asked to assess the prototype drone attachment. What, prototype drone attachment? Okay, so there wasn't a bomb or anything. It was just an attachment to a drone. Because the guy that's being accused, he denies everything, as you would, even if you were guilty. So I'm not going to draw any conclusions as to whether he, was guilty or not. Apparently he's going to attack, they claim he was going to attack an army barracks with his modified drone. And let's see what was involved in this modification. This is where it really starts to get a little bit sus, because jurors were shown the homemade drone attachment, which had lollipop sticks attached to an electrical component with black tape and various wires, which was found at Mr. Muhammad's home. Lollipop sticks. Right, seriously, lollipop sticks, black tape and some wires. That doesn't sound particularly dangerous to me, but hey, I'm not an aerospace expert, am I? I'm certainly not. No, I'm just a guy that does this for a living. I profess to have no expertise at all. Anyway, and there were drawings, notes and drawings that they seized from the defendant's home. And he says that the guy, the defendant had gone on to invested a significant effort in research and development for this device, which was aimed at releasing one or more expendable stores from a model aircraft. Model aircraft? Hang on. I thought this was a drone. This is interesting, isn't it? Because so often we have model aircraft being classified as drones. Now we have a drone being classified as a model aircraft. Which is it? Was it a model aircraft or was it a drone? You and I and everyone else watching this video knows there's quite a difference between a drone, as perceived by the public, and a model aircraft. Model aircraft generally have wings, they have a propeller up the front, they fly through the air forwards. Drones have 4 or more propellers, they hover. Big difference, huge difference between the two. So if the jury is being told it's a model aircraft and then told it's a drone, they're not getting good information. This expert doesn't seem to understand the difference himself, which I find rather disturbing. Okay, and then the expendable stores, according to Mr. Birch, are another way of saying bomb, missile or pyrotechnic. Well, which is it? A bomb, a missile or a pyrotechnic? Because it could be a flower bomb. It could be something like a flower bomb. In fact, this is where it gets really, really lunatic. Mr. Bernard Richmond QC, representing the defendant, argued that expendable stores were not necessarily harmful. For example, children have toy drones which can drop parachutes. Well, no, I have never seen a child's toy drone that drops parachutes. So this guy's trying to defend his client, obviously, but I would ask for some proof of that. I've never seen one. Maybe probably there are, but yeah, fair enough for the QC coming out and challenging that statement by Mr. Birch. I mean, it's a pretty long bow to draw. Even if that lollipop sticks and wires and tape actually worked, it could drop anything. To say it was going to drop something that was going to be harmful, well, that's trying to read someone's mind, isn't it? And the only photographic evidence I see here is a couple of knives on a windowsill. Is it because this gentleman's name is Muhammad? I don't know. I've got no idea. What can, and it's his brother's on trial because he didn't narc on him. This, well, I think the jury should be challenging and requesting better expert witness than this. And the media should be sort of also challenging the information that's being presented to the jury. It's like it's a beat up. It's a beat up on drones and model aircraft. I've done it, not just happy to vilify drones, they're vilifying model aircraft as well. And goodness me, well, I think this tells us one important thing. If we want to stop military facilities being attacked by would-be terrorists, we need to ban lollipop sticks, don't we? Seriously. Why didn't this headline say lollipop sticks could have been used to launch terror attack? Because without the lollipop sticks, this was a nothing, wasn't it? So the people are just, maybe this guy is a Islamic fundamentalist and he's a dangerous bloke, but put him behind bars using real evidence from real experts, not this kind of trumped up long bow stuff that we're getting here. This insults our intelligence as a hobby community because we can see this. So in fact, I think what we should do, I would say let's go down here. I don't think we can, but if you contact BBC News, they've got a thing where you can challenge the facts, like report factual or grammatical issues with our online stories. I guess they're just reporting what was told to the court. So in a way, BBC are just passing on this information. I wish we could challenge that expert witness and say, well, how the hell can you draw such a long bow that a lollipop stick is going to kill soldiers in an army barracks? And why are you bringing drones into it? Or model aircraft? Or which was it? Or was it parachutes from a toy drone? We don't know. But this is the problem we're facing. The media and, I did a video saying, have you reached peak drone hysteria? Well, I think this proves maybe I was wrong. We haven't reached peak drone hysteria. It's still going. It's getting worse. We, as a hobby, are just on a hiding to nothing. And it's tragic. So, yeah, as a quick video, I'd like your comments. Go to the comment section. Tell me what you think. Is this just outrageous that the long bows, the inferences that are being drawn here without any substantive evidence? And remember, over 100 people have been killed with knife crime in the UK so far this year. Nobody has ever died anywhere in the world as a result of the recreational use of a multi-rotor drone, but the headline reads drone. Doesn't say knives, it says drone. But the drone is being vilified. The knives are there on the windowsill. You work it out. I've just had, I don't know. What can I say? I'm speechless. It doesn't happen often, but I'm speechless. There you go. As I say, do the comments, please. I want to hear your feedback on this. Am I overreacting, or is this just the kind of stuff that has to stop before we can actually recover our hobby, get our hobby back from the people that would steal it from us? There you go. To the comments now. Bye.